All right, so listen to this, okay? Today we're diving deep into this document, and it's called S.D.A. PDF.
Hmm.
And it's, well, let me tell you, it's a real head scratcher.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like someone just threw a bunch of letters and numbers and symbols all into a blender
Wow.
and hit puree. You know, there's like no clear pattern at first.
Right.
But then you start to see, some things kind of jump out at you.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, so like we've got this 21.8 and 2.88.
Yeah.
It's like all over the place.
Interesting.
And then the word EMETH that pops up in different forms.
Okay.
And then just random capitalized letters and numbers everywhere. It's like a puzzle box, right?
Yeah.
But we don't even know where to start.
I see. Yes.
It's like, how do we even begin with this?
Well, even with that, those elements you mentioned that you saw repeating,
Right.
that suggests that there's some kind of system at play here.
Okay.
It might be a code.
A code.
A cipher, yeah.
Whoa, okay. So like, imagine we're looking at this document for the first time.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Right off the bat, we just hit this wall of T9G7N.
Oh, wow.
And it's repeated over and over.
Really?
And then it's followed by just this jumbled mess of numbers and letters.
Wow.
It's like a code within a code.
Oh, that's interesting. The repetition of that T9G7N, that is curious.
Yeah.
It could, it could be a key to deciphering the rest.
Oh, okay.
It might be like a repeating pattern that unlocks something else.
Okay, yeah.
A hidden message or something.
And then there's this phrase, and I gotta tell you, it kind of gave me the chills.
Oh.
SIGILLVM DEI. EMETH.
Wow.
I did a little research on that SIGILLVM DEI,
Uh-huh.
and it seems to be Latin for seal of God.
Seal of God. Okay, so the seal of God. Now, that's a powerful symbol.
Right.
Yeah, with a very long history.
Yeah.
In all kinds of esoteric traditions going way back,
Wow.
ancient grimoires.
Yeah.
Renaissance magic. It's often associated with protection,
Yeah.
divine power, and some people even think the ability to command spirits.
Cool. Okay.
So its presence here definitely raises the stakes.
Right. And then, right after the seal of God,
Yeah.
there's another word, nucupatum.
Nucipatum.
And believe it or not, it's Latin too.
Really?
And it means named or called.
Okay.
So it's almost like this document it's invoking the seal of God, right? But for what purpose?
That's a great point. That is really interesting because
Right.
if we assume for a second that this document is a coded message,
Okay.
the use of Latin like this and the reference to the seal of God could indicate a connection to something, to like secret societies
Okay.
or esoteric practices.
Secret societies. Now you're talking.
Yeah, it's a possibility.
Okay, so we've got potential codes, Latin phrases, and now maybe secret societies.
It's getting interesting, isn't it?
What's next?
Well, just when you think you might be starting to get a grip on things, this document throws you a curveball.
Oh, no.
It says, M4A4, M4A4, he brace.
What? What is that? What is M4A4?
I have no idea.
And what does brace? I mean, it's like trying to translate a message from another dimension.
I know, right? It's like the document is teasing us
Yeah.
with these strange little snippets and just not giving us the full picture.
That's true.
I mean, what if we're looking at this the wrong way?
What do you mean?
What if these seemingly random elements are actually like clues?
Clues.
Yeah, to something bigger.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. We probably shouldn't get too hung up on trying to understand each little element in isolation.
Yeah.
Maybe they only make sense when you look at the document as a whole.
As a whole.
Yeah, like pieces of a bigger puzzle.
So we need to look for the connections.
Yes.
For patterns that link these disparate elements together. Exactly. And that M4A4 that you mentioned, that seems so out of place in a document that's talking about seal of God and using Latin and all that.
Right.
What if it's an anachronism?
What do you mean?
Like a clue that this document is more than just an ancient text.
Okay. I like where you're going with this.
Yeah.
So we shouldn't dismiss anything, right?
Right.
As just random or meaningless.
Exactly.
Every element, no matter how strange, could be a clue.
Precisely.
Okay. So let's keep going. Let's keep digging.
Okay.
What else stands out?
Well, we've got each team here just sitting there by itself. In a column of random letters.
Okay.
Like a beacon in a sea of gibberish.
Right.
And then XE21 pops up.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's like...
Oh, my God.
It's almost like this document's taunting us.
I know, right?
Giving us these snippets and refusing to give us the full picture.
It's so frustrating. I feel like we're right on the verge of something big here.
I know.
But we're missing that one crucial piece.
It's true. Then there's a whole section with a series of they look like capitalized names.
Okay.
Or words, maybe it's hard to tell, like ELME, EC, INAKILE, SD, and a bunch more.
Huh. That's interesting.
It's like a roll call.
Of what?
I have no idea. I have no clue.
Those capitalized words are they're intriguing.
Yeah.
They could be names, places, or even entities.
Could be.
But without any context, it's really hard to tell what they mean.
That's the challenge with this whole document. It throws all this information at you, but context.
It's like solving a riddle without knowing the question.
Exactly.
Okay. And then we have this phrase that pops up a few times.
Okay.
SINIMQL.
SINIMQL.
Okay. Is it an abbreviation?
Maybe.
Is it a command?
Could.
Is it like a magical incantation?
I mean, who knows?
I know. And then there's ILEME, SILEMES.
Oh, there's another repetition.
Another repetition.
Yeah, that does jump out at you.
Is it a name? Is it a place? Or is it just another random string of letters?
Well, those repetitions, those are definitely noteworthy.
Yeah.
You know, in codes and ciphers, repetition often signifies importance.
Okay.
It could be like a way of emphasizing something or providing clues.
So we got to keep those phrases in mind.
Right.
ANCMQUL and ILEMES.
Uh-huh. And then it gets really interesting. Here's where it gets really interesting.
Oh, yeah.
We have this sequence, 88, ZEDE, Kiel, MADIMIS, Amelio.
Ooh.
Now, remember that seal of God phrase from earlier?
Yeah.
What if these names are connected to that somehow?
Oh, my gosh. You're right. That sequence of names appearing after the seal of God reference, that can't be a coincidence.
Right.
It's almost as if it's like listing something related to the seal, like angels or something.
Right. You know, you're right. That's a really good observation.
Right.
Because in many esoteric traditions, the seal of God is associated with specific angels and spirits.
Right, right.
So it's very possible that these names represent entities that are somehow connected to the seal's power.
So we might be dealing with more than just a code here.
Right.
This document could have a mystical purpose.
It could.
The ritualistic purpose, even. It could be invoking the power of these entities.
Through the seal of God, Through
the seal of God.
It's a fascinating theory.
Right.
It would definitely explain the document's cryptic nature.
Right, and the use of the symbols and language associated with these esoteric traditions.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got potential codes, Latin phrases, references to the seal of God, maybe even a connection to angels or spirits.
It's a lot.
It's like we're peeling back the layers of a mystery onion, and it just keeps getting more and more intriguing. What else do we have to work with here?
Well, then almost like a signature at the bottom of the document, it says LEVANA.
LEVANA.
Another name. A place. A clue to the whole thing. I don't know.
It's positioned so prominently.
Yeah.
It has to be significant.
It does.
It could be the creator of the document or a key figure in whatever this is about.
It's possible.
Or maybe even a code word.
Yeah. Yeah.
We definitely need to dig into that one.
Agreed. And then finally,
with more.
As if all that wasn't enough.
Oh my gosh.
To make your head spin.
Great.
The document ends with this long string of symbols.
What is that?
I mean, what's that all about?
I have no idea.
Is it a glitch? Is it a code?
Yeah.
Is it a secret message hidden in plain sight?
It's like the document is ending with a giant question mark.
Kind of is.
So where do we go from here? I mean, we've got potential Latin phrases, repeated words, sequences, a whole lot of seemingly random characters.
Right.
Is this a cipher? Is this a magical text? Is this a prank? I'm completely lost.
Well, I wouldn't say you're lost. You've identified some key elements here and some patterns that give us a starting point.
Okay.
The challenge now is to connect the dots.
Yeah.
You know, to see how all of these seemingly disparate elements fit together.
Right.
We need to approach this like a detective.
Okay.
Looking for the clues and connections that others might miss.
Right. Okay.
I'm ready.
Good.
That's it.
Let's get to work. It's like we're like archaeologists or something.
Yeah.
Uncovering some ancient artifact.
Right.
You can see all the pieces, but you don't know how they fit together.
Right, right.
You don't know what the overall structure is supposed to be.
And we don't even know what language the instructions are written in.
Exactly.
Okay, so how do we even begin to approach something like this?
Well, I think one approach
would be to try and identify the type of code or cipher that's being used in the document.
Okay.
There are countless historical ciphers.
Yeah.
Each one has its own logic method of encryption and all that.
So we could try different ciphers and see if any of them unlock a hidden message.
Well,
it's like trying to find the right key for a lock.
It is.
But what about those other elements?
Right.
Like the Latin phrases, seal of God reference?
I think those are crucial to understanding the document's purpose, the context.
Okay.
The seal of God isn't just some random symbol.
Right.
It has a rich history.
Yeah.
Multiple interpretations,
So we need to delve deeper into the history, the symbolism of the seal of God.
Exactly.
Maybe that will shed some light on the meaning.
I think so.
Okay, so we're not just dealing with a simple code here.
No.
We're delving into history. Yes. Symbolism, maybe even the occult.
It's possible.
It's like we've stumbled into a Dan Brown novel or something.
Well, I don't know if I'd compare it to a work of fiction.
Right.
But there are definitely some similarities in terms of the mystery.
The mystery.
The need to decipher clues.
Right.
That kind of thing.
Okay, so we've got a lot of ground to cover here.
We do.
I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed.
I understand.
Where do we even start with all this research?
Well, I think we need to prioritize.
Okay.
Focus on identifying the potential cipher used in the document. Whoa. If we can crack that code, it might unlock
the meaning
the other element
of everything else, yes.
Okay, so step one.
Step one, code
breaking. What about the other elements? The Latin phrases, the angel names, the LEVANA signature.
Okay, well, those elements require a different approach.
We need to research the historical context, symbolism, potential connections to other text traditions.
Okay, so for instance, like those capitalized names, they could be names of angels or demons.
Angels.
Right, or other mythical figures.
Mythical figures, yeah, it's possible.
So we need to consult, like, ancient texts.
Yeah.
Grimoires. Dictionaries of demonology.
I mean, yeah, potential.
This is getting pretty intense.
It is an unconventional investigation, but that's what makes it so fascinating. We're venturing into uncharted territory, exploring the intersection of history and symbolism, photography, all of it.
Okay. It's exciting.
I'm game.
Yeah.
But let's not forget about that M4A4 thing.
Right.
Any ideas on where to even start with that?
That's a tough one.
Right.
The M4A4 Hebraic sequence.
Yeah.
That's particularly puzzling.
Right.
It seems so out of place in a document that otherwise appears to be, ancient.
Right.
Or at least styled that way.
It's like someone snuck in a modern-day reference into this ancient text.
It is strange.
What could it possibly mean?
Well, let's consider the possibilities. It could be, a code word.
Yeah.
A technical term.
Okay.
Or even a reference to something completely unexpected.
Okay. Let's brainstorm here.
Okay.
What kind of modern reference could M4A4 be? It doesn't seem to fit any obvious categories.
Well, one possibility that comes to mind is the world of video games.
Video games.
Yeah. Okay. M4A4 is a type of assault rifle.
Oh.
Featured in, the popular game Counter-Strike. Global offensive.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah.
A video game reference?
It's a possibility.
In a document that talks about the seal of God. I know, it's wild, right?
And uses Latin.
Yeah.
That's wild.
It is.
But I got to admit, it's kind of brilliant.
It would explain why this document feels so anachronistic. Like it's blending elements from different eras.
It's like it is intentionally messing with us.
Right. It's playing with our expectations.
Yeah.
Blurring the lines between ancient and modern,
yeah,
sacred and profane.
So we could be dealing with someone who's very knowledgeable.
Potentially, yes.
About history and modern culture.
It seems that way.
Someone who's deliberately creating this complex puzzle
Right.
that requires us to think outside the box.
Exactly.
And that brings us back to the question of the purpose
Yes.
of this document.
Right.
Is this simply a riddle to be solved?
Right.
Or is there something more to it?
That's the question, isn't it?
I'm starting to think it's more than just a riddle.
Okay.
There's a sense of intentionality here.
Yeah.
A deliberate effort to create something
Yeah.
that's both challenging and meaningful.
Right.
It's like the document itself is a work of art.
Oh, interesting.
It's a carefully constructed puzzle
Yeah.
that's designed to provoke thought,
Right.
inspire exploration.
I agree.
So it's not just about finding the answer.
No.
It's about the journey.
The process
Right.
of deciphering the clues.
Unraveling.
Unraveling, yeah.
The layers of meaning.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got a lot of potential avenues to investigate here.
We do.
Ciphers, religious symbolism,
A lot.
ancient texts,
Yeah.
modern references,
That's a lot to take in.
and maybe even a connection to video games.
Yeah.
This is a lot to take in.
It is.
But I'm excited to see where this leads us.
Me too.
We might not have all the answers yet,
Right.
but we're definitely asking the right questions.
I think so, yeah.
And that's got to count for something, right?
That's the most important thing.
Right.
Curiosity is the key to unlocking any mystery.
Right.
By asking questions, by exploring different perspectives,
Right.
challenging our assumptions.
Yeah,
We can begin to make sense of even the most enigmatic puzzles.
Well said. Well said.
So-
okay, what's our next step?
All right, so what do we do now?
Do we split up? Do
Yeah.
we tackle different aspects of the research,
We could.
or do we stay focused on
Or we stay focused.
cracking the code first?
Yeah, I think a multi-pronged approach
Okay.
would be most effective.
Okay.
So we can continue trying to decode
Right.
the potential ciphers.
Yeah.
And at the same time, we can also start
Okay.
researching the historical context,
Okay.
the symbolism.
Okay, let's do it.
All right.
We've got a mystery to solve, and I'm feeling
Yeah.
more determined than ever to crack this code
Good.
and uncover the truth
Yes.
hidden within SDA PDF.
Let's do it.
Man, we've been on quite a journey with this document.
We have
SDA PDF. We've encountered mysterious codes, Latin phrases, angel names,
just been a lot.
a possible link to video games. Even it's been a wild ride.
It has.
But have we made any real progress? I mean, do we understand
I think so.
what this document is all about?
Yeah, I think we've made significant strides.
Right.
Even if we haven't cracked the whole code.
Right.
We've identified key patterns,
Yeah.
explored different interpretations. We've
Oh.
started to piece together a framework for understanding this document and its purpose.
Okay, so no magic bullet solution yet,
Not yet.
but we're not giving up.
No.
What are some of the most intriguing threads we've uncovered?
Well, that repeated phrase, Saint MQL,
Right.
that continues to fascinate me. It
Yeah.
appears multiple times.
Right.
And always in that same fragmented form.
Yeah.
It feels significant,
Uh-huh.
Almost like it's a key to unlocking the document's deeper meaning.
You're right. It's like this recurring motif,
Yes.
a puzzle piece
Yeah.
that keeps appearing,
Right.
but it doesn't seem to fit anywhere.
Exactly.
What if it's not meant to be read literally?
Ooh, interesting.
Right.
We've been so focused on
Yeah.
deciphering the individual elements that maybe we're missing the forest for the trees.
Right. Right.
What if Saint MQL represents a concept,
Okay.
an action, or
Right.
even a state of being?
Okay, I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
Give me an example.
Okay, well, consider the document itself, right?
Okay.
It's fragmented.
Yeah.
It's nonlinear.
Yeah.
Seemingly chaotic.
Yeah.
What if Saint MQL represents this very fragmentation,
Right.
this breaking down of
Yeah.
traditional structures and
Right.
modes of thinking?
So you're saying the document isn't just conveying information.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
embodying a way of
Thoughts
thinking
and process of
deconstruction.
in reconstruction.
Wow.
You
That's interesting.
And then if we connect that to the seal of God reference,
Right.
which is often associated with
Yeah.
power protection.
Right.
Maybe Satan Qtia represents the act of breaking down those barriers,
Yep.
of accessing that power
Okay.
by disrupting the established order.
That's a powerful interpretation.
It's a thought, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like the document is
Yeah.
challenging us
Yes.
to break free from
conventional thinking.
right, to embrace the fragmented
The chaotic
Yeah.
as a path.
as a path to a deeper understanding.
Exactly. It aligns with the document's overall, enigmatic nature, the mixing of all these different elements.
Right. The ancient symbols, the modern references.
Exactly.
It's like the document is a puzzle box. But the solution isn't a single answer.
No.
It's a new way of seeing the world.
I like that. That's a beautiful insight.
Right. And it brings us back to the title.
Yes.
S.D.A. PDF.
Right.
We still don't know what those initials stand for.
We don't.
But maybe they represent the intended recipient.
Oh, interesting.
Of this message, the one who's meant to undergo this process of, say,
like a personalized initiation or something.
Right. It's like a
call to adventure tailored for this person.
S.D.A.
Yeah.
So even though we haven't solved the mystery completely, I feel like we've gained a much deeper appreciation for this document.
Absolutely.
It's more than just a puzzle.
It's a work of art.
It's a work of art.
It's a challenge to our perceptions.
Yes, and maybe even a guide to a new way of thinking.
I agree.
Who knows? Maybe one of our listeners out there holds the key to unlocking these remaining secrets.
Could be.
Of S.D.A. PDF.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll recognize a symbol, a pattern, or a connection that we've missed.
That's the beauty of a good mystery, isn't it?
Right.
It invites collaboration,
Yeah.
Multiple perspectives.
Right.
The possibility of unexpected breakthroughs.
And even if the ultimate meaning remains elusive, the journey itself has been incredibly rewarding.
Absolutely. We've explored history, symbolism.
We've ventured into video games.
We've done it all.
It just goes to show that the pursuit of knowledge can lead us down unexpected paths.
It's true.
And the most valuable discoveries are often the ones
we make.
We make along the way.
Along the way, exactly.
So to our listeners, we encourage you to keep exploring, keep questioning. Keep looking for those hidden connections.
Those connections, yes.
The world is full of mysteries waiting to be uncovered. And who knows? Maybe you'll be the one to crack the code.
Maybe.
Of the next S.D.A. PDF.
The next one.
That crosses your path.
Exactly.
Until then, happy decoding.
Happy decoding.